What do you make of the dean's response?
I'm going to refer to Arno on this one.
I think it's a pretty understandable response. This is the first time they've really had a chance to get ahead of the story. Before it was sort of reactionary, saying we need to find out what happened, we need to find out what happened. This is the first time they've listed concrete responses. I think they're hoping that the public will be receptive to those things, certainly.
Do you think this does enough to change the culture that maybe permits this to happen?
That's something you'd have to ask the students on campus outside. I don't know that it can change overnight. Certainly if there's something that's been going on for 10 years, for 20 years, that, emphasizing these things in the classroom, I think it's, remains to be seen what impact that will have. But again, that's something we'd ask the people outside.
How big a story is this on campus?
It's a big story. It's gotten a lot of traffic to the website. Certainly there was the graffiti outside that people saw, people have been talking about. I think there are two sort of perspectives. Some people are very outraged by this. Other people say, why would our newspaper want to drag Ubyssey through the mud? It's not that big a deal. Everybody does it. Kids are just having fun. So those have been the two perspectives, I think.
What do you want to accomplish?
This is the job of a university newspaper, I think. I think that's pretty obvious that there was something that was going on that's clearly very offensive. Underage rape, any kind of sexual violence on campus is a huge issue. After the thing came out at SMU, it was pretty clear that we needed to look at our own university. Geoff said, we need to look at our own university, see if those things were going on, and that's what we did.
What do you make of the secrecy involved with it? If it was an open thing, why wouldn't they be more open about it?
I think that's pretty obvious, given that you're all here now talking about how bad,
But they're downplaying it. But obviously, there was something to be ashamed of.
I think they knew this was wrong on some level. They certainly knew that this would be the reaction if it was found out about, and so they tried to keep it quiet and restricted to a very limited part of the Frosh event. It's something that's had a long legacy, and I think they were trying to preserve that legacy, and as mistaken as they were on that.
Do you think this is the only undergrad society having chants in their Frosh events?
I think
there are lots of chants. I don't know if they're saying
Are you specifically talking about this
offensive chants?
I think there's lots of offensive chants, but if you're talking about this one specifically, I don't think it got from Halifax to Vancouver without making a few stops along the way.
Have you paid a personal praise? Are people angry at you, and are you the target now of some?
No. I think the key people involved, certainly the university, Sauder, the CUS as well. I don't think they're happy that this story is out, but I think they understand that any newspaper would have broken it. And I've continued to have good relationships with everybody I've been speaking to.
Your name?
Arno Rosenfeld.
You spell Arno?
ARNO.
Could I just ask you,
ROSENFEL.
what is your response to the fact that the dean held this news conference today? Do you believe him when he says that this came as a surprise to him and he had no idea?
I think it's great that he held a news conference today and gave the media an opportunity to speak with him.
Dean Helsley is new to the school. I believe this is going through his second year here, and he's still, he spent the last year getting acquainted with the school. This isn't something that's in the orientation kit for new deans.
The university was definitely caught off guard. I absolutely believe that he did not know this was happening. In terms of, we have questions, the support that Sauder was giving to the CUS, it was giving to Frosh, maybe they should have known, but I don't think anybody's lying